This is the Anker SOLIX F2000 solar generator. It looks like a rugged power suitcase. A black unibody shell, two large side handles, a retractable luggage-style handle that pops up from the back, and chunky wheels that roll smoothly across floors, gravel, and grass. The front panel is neatly organized with a big, easy-to-read display, a light bar right above it, and a full spread of ports. The top is flat and sturdy, so I can set my phone or tools there without worrying they'll slide off. Key features that stood out to me are the 2048 Li-Fi PO4 battery, a 2400-watt pure sine wave inverter that can stretch to power heavier heating elements with Anker's surge pad up to 3600 watts, and GaNPrime charging that pulls power from the wall really fast without getting too hot. The port layout is practical. 4 AC outlets, a TT30RV port, 3 100-watt USB-C, 2 USB-A, and 2 12-volt car-style outputs for gear like coolers or ham radios. The kit I used includes the PS400 400-watt solar panel with long cables and a 5-port MC4 combiner, so adding more panels later is straightforward if I want to scale up toward the unit's 1000-watt solar input ceiling. From my experience, the F2000's build and battery tech are the reasons it feels like real equipment rather than a gadget. Life PO4 chemistry is known for safety and long life, and this one is rated for over 3,000 cycles. In real terms, that means years of daily use before noticeable capacity loss. In my opinion, the 5-year warranty backs up that promise. It's heavy at about 67 pounds, and I was skeptical about living with that. The wheels and the telescoping handle changed my mind. I still wouldn't carry it up a staircase alone, but rolling it from garage to patio or across a campsite is easy. The side handles are big and ergonomic, and lifting it into the trunk with a second person is no problem. I've used it during 2 short outages. It kept a full-size fridge running, along with my router and a few lamps, for well over half a day, and I still had a buffer left. I also tested it as a UPS by plugging a toaster into the F2000 while the station was plugged into the wall. I pulled the wall plug, and the toaster kept running without a flicker. That little test gave me confidence that it can protect my desktop setup too. On a separate weekend, I took it camping and tried to waste power on purpose. I ran a coffee maker in the morning, an air fryer for lunch. Later, I made smoothies with a blender and charged multiple laptops and phones. I still ended the day with plenty of battery. The inverter never sounded stressed, and power stayed perfectly steady. The solar side is where this bundle shines. With the included 400-watt panel, I can meaningfully refill the battery between breakfast and dinner in good sun. In ideal summer conditions, I've seen around 300 to 350 watts sustained into the station, depending on panel angle and the occasional cloud. That's enough to put back a big chunk of energy over the course of a day. If you build out to the full 1000 watts input with more panels, you can replenish from empty to full in a couple of hours under ideal conditions. With just the 400-watt panel, a full refill from zero takes longer and will depend on weather, but topping up daily usage is easy. On wall power, GaNPrime charging is quick. Mine hits 80% in roughly an hour and a half and reaches a full charge in under 2 hours, which makes last-minute prep before a storm stress-free. I appreciate the light bar more than I expected. It's bright without being harsh, with 3 levels and an SOS mode, and it easily lights up a room or tent. The screen is crisp indoors, though direct noon sunlight washes it out a bit, so I sometimes shade it with my hand or just check the numbers in the app. The app is simple and shows input-output power and state of charge. It's Bluetooth only, which means I need to be within range, and if the phone drops the connection, I usually have to press the sync button again. It's not a deal breaker, but true Wi-Fi control would be nice. Noise-wise, the fans cycle on and off depending on load and charging. I measured around the volume of a quiet conversation when they're active. In a bedroom at night, you'll notice the fan if you're a light sleeper. I powered my CPAP from it and slept fine, but I did hear the fan kick in a few times. In a living room or garage, it fades into the background. I did my own sanity checks on power estimates. With a 430-watt home theater amp and TV running, the display predicted a bit under 5 hours. That lines up with the math. 2,048 hours divided by 430 watts is just under 4.8 hours, and after accounting for inverter losses, the estimate on screen was right on the money. If you're new to stations like this, thinking in watt hours helps. Big appliances like space heaters, hair dryers, and microwaves will chew through the battery faster. Low-draw items like routers and LED lights barely make a dent. There were reports of early firmware quirks where AC power could shut off unexpectedly. Before relying on it, I updated the firmware through the app, and since then, I haven't had any random shutoffs. If you buy one, I'd update immediately, and you should be fine. It's perfect for people who want clean, quiet power at home without fumes or maintenance, camping trips where you still want a few comforts, RV use with that dedicated TT30 port, and job sites where running corded tools from clean AC is safer and simpler than dealing with a gas unit. The 2400-watt continuous output gives you headroom to run bigger appliances without juggling plugs, and the 2048W oats capacity is a sweet spot for real work while still being portable on wheels. I'd recommend this for homeowners who want a simple backup plan that just works, remote workers who need dependable power during outages, outdoor enthusiasts who want reliable charging and occasional cooking power off-grid, and contractors who need stable power for tools without tripping small inverters. If you plan to live on solar alone for days, consider expanding panels toward 800 to 1000 watts to keep the battery topped off, especially in shoulder seasons or cloudy weather. From my experience, the trade-offs are clear. You're getting a long-life LiFePO4 battery, a serious inverter, fast AC charging, and a tough build. You're accepting real weight and a fan that's audible in quiet rooms. In my opinion, the mobility design with the handle and wheels, the comprehensive port selection, and the battery longevity more than justify that compromise. In conclusion, the Anker SOLIX F2000 solar generator lands in that rare space where capacity, power, and durability meet everyday usability. It rolls where you need it, powers almost anything you'd reasonably plug in at home or on the road, recharges fast from the wall and meaningfully from the sun, and is built to last for years. Key features like LiFePO4 chemistry, a 2400-watt inverter with surge pad, and GaNPrime charging make it a dependable choice over flashier but shorter-lived options. It's not light, but it is practical, and that's what matters when the lights go out or you're miles from an outlet. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.